C'était un facteur de campagne qui, plein d'ardeur dans la montagne, allait distribuer le courrier. Quand on voulait le remercier, il répondait: donnez-moi donc un petit coup de rouge, c'est bon, c'est doux, ça glisse bien dans le gosier. Donnez-moi donc un petit coup de rouge, et il continuait sa tournée. Il avait chaud, il était rouge, tous les fermiers lui demandaient: quoi que vous prendrez? Donnez-moi donc un petit coup de rouge, et le facteur devenait timbré. Mais il vint dans la capitale, se fit livreur d'eau minérale. Il refusait dans les cafés tous les pourboires qu'on lui offrait et demandait: donnez-moi donc un petit coup de rouge, c'est bon, c'est doux, ça glisse bien dans le gosier. Donnez-moi donc un petit coup de rouge, et il continuait sa tournée. Dans tous les bars, dans tous les bouges, quoi que vous boirez, lui disaient les patrons de bistrot, donnez-moi donc un petit coup de rouge, et le livreur d'eau devenait sous l'eau. Puis un soir pour le grand voyage, il est parti sur un nuage. C'était la fin de sa tournée, mais le bon Dieu...
When the sun rose over Fremen on the second day of the month of Belthina, his light was reflected only in the innumerable drops of glistening dew, with which, all over, the immense plain was begemmed, and a happy silence reigned, save only for the songs of birds in the early morn, and the cries of pastoral men who kept watch over their roaming herds. And from the plain a thin, soft, fairy mist went up, the breath of the vernal and dewy earth. For this plain, like the plain of Tara and the Curragh of the Liffey, was sacred and untilled from of yore, since within it Uta the prosperous had been interred, whose charred bones and much lamented ashes there inurned in their house of unhewn massive rocks reposed in the hollow of a mighty cairn, concealing the sad relics of the hero. Green-sided and smooth was this cairn, a grassy and flower-adorned hill, and upon its top there grew a great elm tree. Therefore was the plain sacred and untilled, unfurrowed by the plough of any husbandman, nor hardened by his industrious spade. No farmer gathered there cocker or glazed or rue, nor reaped his flaxen harvest. But the immense plain lay from age to age, a pure and undesecrated soil, and there pious meetings were held around the grave of Uta by his people, and there rude parliaments of the princes of the clan Uta, and there warlike congregations. When the moon rose over Fremen on the night of the second day of the month of Belthina, her beams were reflected from the burnished points of innumerable spears, the bright faces of shields, and the ornamented handles of swords, and illuminated 100 embroidered banners that floated over the tent doors of the kings of the 4 provinces of Eire. There a mighty din, a vast, confused uproar, resounded where camped the great host of the men of Maeve, returning from the desolation of Ulla. The neighing of war steeds, the lowing of herds driven away from their accustomed pastures, and the bleating of countless sheep, the scouring of the armour of warriors, the washing of chariots and the noise of files, the sound of the harp and the cuslena, the voices of bards and the reciters of tales, and the loud laughter of those who jested and caroused. And from countless fires ascended sparks and pillars of dark smoke into the night. For at noon that day surged thither the vast army of the Tan, even the rising out of the 4 great provinces of Erin, and there they had pitched their camps.